Hello friends, good morning. Today I thought we'll discuss about magnesium sulfate and its use in eclampsia. I know we all read about eclampsia and how to manage and everything, but what we do not know is if we were to be given magnesium sulfate vials, how to prepare it. We know the theoretical knowledge behind it, but I find most of my colleagues or my juniors are not able to actually practically make that magnesium sulfate because we just instruct the sister to do it, but we also should have the knowledge of the same. So I thought I'll take a very short class only focusing on how to prepare your magnesium sulfate from the vial according to the very commonly followed Pritchard regime. I'll also talk about the other regime, that is Wusspan. So basically this lecture will be covered on lecture whatever discussion will be covered in three aspects. First will be the regimes, that is how to give. So I'll be discussing how to give. In that I'll be discussing our Pritchard regime and also our Wusspan regime, and second will be how to monitor it, and last but not the least, till when should we give it, till when to continue. Okay, I thought this is very important because whenever you are given magnesium sulfate, see, even if you get given a theoretical question on eclampsia, you're supposed to write all this about magnesium sulfate, and in practical viva table questions this becomes very important because they'll give you just one vial and ask you how to prepare, when to give, at what point should you stop it, and how to monitor. So we'll be dealing with these questions, and very importantly we will be dealing with Pritchard regime. How are we supposed to make that preparation, right? Okay, so first of all, coming to our Pritchard regime, right? So okay, so basically Pritchard regime, as we know, is a whole IV and IM preparation, right? So you have Wusspan, which is completely IV, and Pritchard, which is IV plus IM. If you find my lecture slow, you can speed it up to 1.5 if you like, and you can just rush through it. Okay, and it is divided into loading dose and maintenance dose. So the loading dose, as we all know, is a total of 14 grams. Now how do we give this loading dose? That is, it is 4 gram, very important, 4 gram, 20% weight by volume, right? So this is also important to quote in the exam. You can't just say 4 gram, okay? And this is to be given slow IV, and you also have to follow it up with 10 gram of 50% weight by volume, and this is given IM. So this together is your loading dose of Pritchard regime. Okay, so I used to find a lot of problem when they used to ask me how to prepare it. So I decided that most of us don't know how to do that. So I'll be covering that basically. So if you take a magnesium sulfate vial in your labor room, in your practice, you will see that this, I'll just expand it, and you will see that this magnesium sulfate 1 vial has approximately 1 gram per 2 ml. And this is 50% weight by volume. So for every 2 ml solution that you have in this container, you have only 1 gram magnesium sulfate, that is 50% weight by volume, right? So for 1 ml of this solution you will have 500 milligram. You're getting my point? So it is like half the dose of the solution. Okay, so we have figured this out. It has been very clear, made very clear that 2 ml will have 1 gram of magnesium sulfate. Okay, so first of all, if I were to prepare the 4 gram, that is IV, how am I supposed to do that? Okay, so first of all, for 4 since we know that every 1 gram magnesium sulfate is in 2 ml, we'll take what? We'll take vials, that is 4 vials, right? So 4 vials means 8 ml solution, right? 8 ml solution having 4 gram of magnesium sulfate. Got my point? Okay, but this is all 50% weight by volume. Okay, so how are you supposed to dilute it to make it 20% weight by volume? For that, what you need is in the syringe where you take, you will take 8 ml of this solution, that is, you will take 8 ml of this solution. You will be taking contents of 4 vials, which is 4 gram, and you'll be mixing it with 12 ml of NS. Okay, so this is all 12 ml of NS. So this together, 12 ml of NS and 8 ml of the contents of the vial will make your 4 gram magnesium sulfate 20% weight by volume. You see only 4 gram is there in a 20 ml solution, so that easily comes to 20% weight by volume. So you get my point. You are supposed to take 4 vials containing 2 ml of solution, and then you are supposed to dilute it with 12 ml of NS. I hope I am clear in that point. Okay, and then very importantly, you are supposed to give it very slow, that is almost 1 gram per minute. It has to be a very slow IV. Okay, now this was the IV. What about the IM dose, that is 10 gram 50% weight by volume that we discussed, this dose, right? So how will you prepare that? For this we need 10 gram and we need 50% weight by volume, that is we don't even need to dilute because the preparation already was coming as a 15% weight by volume, right, the vial. So all we need to do is my friends is take how many vials? You are supposed to take contents of 5 vials, right? So that will give you 10 ml, that is 5 gram, and you are supposed to take another 5 vials. Sorry, excuse my diagram. This will be again another 10 ml, that is 5 grams, and you are supposed to put it on alternate buttocks, right? So this will go IM on alternate buttocks. So this 5 gram over here, this 5 gram over. So your sister basically uses how many vials in the preparation of this? 5 of these which are IM and 4 of these. So total 14 vials of magnesium sulfate are being used to give the loading dose of Pritchard regime. Okay, am I clear in this regard? You can pause at any point to see how many vials I've used. You can speed my lecture as per your convenience. I hope I'm clear, because this used to be my doubt always, and I used to be asked this in the exam. I was always confused about this. So I hope this helps. And okay, so now that we know this, I want to give you a little more background on the other regimes and how to use it and how to monitor, because this is subsequently, if you are able to answer this, you are subsequently asked those other questions. So just to complete this whole topic, I'll discuss Zuspan regime, which is the other more frequently used regime, and this is a total IV regime. Okay, you don't have a IV and IM separately, you have a total IV regime. Okay, now the loading dose for this is 4 to 6 gram, which is diluted in 100 ml NS, and a slow IV infusion over 15 to 20 minutes. Okay, and the maintenance dose for this is 1 to 2 gram per hour in 100 ml of IV infusion. I'm sorry, I forgot. The maintenance dose in your Pritchard regime is 5 gram IM in alternate buttock. Okay, so this was IV and IM, while Zuspan, as you can see, is completely IV in both the regard. Okay, so the advantage of Zuspan is merely that it decreases the injection. That is it. The number of times you have to prick the patient, that gets decreased. Otherwise, both of them are equally effective. Okay. Now, supposing you had started a patient on Pritchard regime. She had come with an episode of eclampsia, and you had started her with Pritchard regime. But after giving the dose, within half an hour itself, she has another episode of seizure. So what can you do? What can you do in that regard? What you can do is you can give the half the dose of the loading dose to this patient, right? So that means when you had given you had prepared this, you prepare half of it, right? So you will be using 2 vials only. You will be making half the IV dose, and similarly as you prepared before. So your answer to the question is what to do in a patient who has repeat episode of eclampsia after giving initial loading doses. Repeat half the loading dose in that patient. You can do that, right? So that will be your answer to that question. And Right. So we have covered out of the topics that we had to cover, we had given how to give, that is Pritchard and Sussman. We've covered that. Now we come to how to monitor. Okay. So this is, we all know, we frequently see in the labor room that once the patient is started on magnesium sulfate, we are asked how we will we monitor the patient, right? So right, coming to how to monitor. So first of all, you should know that the therapeutic magnesium level of magnesium sulfate is 4 to 7 milliequivalents per liter. Okay, and this is the serum level, and there is loss of knee jerk at more than 10 milliequivalents per liter, or more than this. This is the first thing to go. Then respiratory paralysis, that is at 12 milliequivalents per liter, and cardiac arrest at 15 milliequivalents per liter. Okay, so we can monitor her by serum levels, yes, that is possible, but in practical scenario, if you are monitoring a patient and you can't always take the sample, you can monitor her by knee jerk, because this will be the first to go. So you always check her knee jerk before instilling another dose. You check her respiratory rate, okay, and you check her urine output. Why urine output? Because your magnesium sulfate is being excreted by the kidney. So if there is oliguria, there is decrease in urine output, this will lead to increase in risk of magnesium sulfate toxicity, right? So this is how you will monitor. Wonderful. Now we have even finished our second topic, how to monitor. Now we will be coming to our next topic, that is till when to continue. So if the patient had come to you with a seizure episode before delivery, then you will be giving her the maintenance dose till 24 hours after delivery. If the seizure was after the delivery, then you will have to give 24 hours after last seizure, whichever was later. Okay, so you have to give it for 24 hours till after delivery, or the last seizure episode, whichever was later. So I hope I am clear about magnesium sulfate, and you can answer it if it comes in your table viva, or if it comes as, you know, management of eclampsia, you can have a good note writing, and much more importantly, you can actually prepare it if needed in the labor room at the very point that it is needed, and you're not confused how to prepare it. So I hope I've cleared your doubts about this, and that's all for today. If you like it, you can comment down below, or if you want any other topic to be discussed, you can also write that. And I hope this was informative. Thank you, and bye bye.